Democratic campaign consultant Dave Jacobson, as well as GOP strategist John Thomas. Thank you guys both for being here.
Sure.
So Trump wins West Virginia, and now the Senate is actually putting pressure on Trump about the Supreme Court nomination, now that he looks like the presumptive GOP. I mean, how much pressure can they put on him?
I mean, not a whole lot, because he is going to be the nominee, but it's a smart play, saying, look, the Supreme Court is arguably, next to foreign policy, it's the most important thing the president does, and the lasting decision the president makes. So we want to see your hand, and I actually think it would be good for Donald Trump to announce his potential picks, because it'll assuage a lot of concerns from conservatives going, oh no, is he going to put a liberal on the court?
Is that their biggest concern?
Well, on the Supreme Court it is that he's going to come in and bring some liberal and put him on the court.
Right.
I don't think he's going to do that, but these picks, just like that people want him, who's he going to put in his cabinet? Who's he going to put as his vice president? We're all anxious because we don't know.
Yeah.
So I think he'll announce all of these before the convention, and we'll feel a lot better going to the convention.
So talk about this poll that we just looked at there, the Quinnipiac poll, which arguably could be huge for Donald Trump. The fact that they were saying he has all these unfavorables, not good with women,
and it's true,
not good with minorities, and
problems.
yet these big states, which are going to be the states that really decide the election here, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Florida, it looks like they're neck and neck.
Look, 4 years ago, Barack Obama was within the margin of error with Mitt Romney in these states, these three states, and he dominated at the general election with all three states. I think what it truly underscores is the fact that we've got a really polarized electorate, and people are starting to make their decisions right now. We just finished the primary election right now. There's 6 months to go to sort of define both of the candidates and, you know, to have them both define each other. And so, look, I think anything can happen at this point. This is the outsider election where we continue to see that we expect the unexpected. And so, look, this campaign's full of surprises. I think largely, if you look at the national polls, Hillary Clinton's still leading by double digits.
Here's why Hillary's in trouble when you look at those polls. Because Donald Trump's unfavorables are high, but he's moderating his policy positions to the center. We saw that on the Sunday talk shows. He says we need to increase the minimum wage. He said rich people need to pay more. He's becoming more moderate. Hillary probably won't be changing many of her positions. She is ingrained in the electorate and has high unfavorables. Donald Trump can shift his positions. His unfavorables are new. He's a well-known figure, so if he can shift on, and his unfavorables are related to policies.
She's also still battling Bernie, who seems to be hanging on, even though he's ahead in the polls.
I mean, Lauren, that's the story from tonight. It's not is Senator Sanders going to be the nominee? It's that why can't Hillary Clinton put away a socialist?
I mean, doesn't she go into the nomination here, or the convention, and she's essentially like limping into the convention, probably not over the finish line, and has to get those other unpledged delegates to come over to her side?
She only needs to win 15% of the delegates moving forward to lock up the 2383 figure. I think she's about 150 delegates short. So it's plausible that she could actually lock up the nomination before California even votes on June 7th.
But she's fighting two fronts here still. She's got Sanders and Trump.
Right, absolutely. And look, he has sort of tapped into this anxiety that people are feeling all across the country. And I think, look, she's got to sort of do everything that she can to not alienate his supporters, because she's going to need them in a general election.
Which means she can't move to the center just yet.
Well,
just yet, correct. And look, I'll tell you, Donald Trump is actually going after the Bernie Sanders votes, right? He's sort of capitalized on this narrative of anti-trade, anti-establishment, anti-Wall Street, and he's already pivoting, trying to lock up some of these Bernie Sanders supporters, because if you look at the electoral map, he's got a very steep hill to climb, and he needs to build support beyond the Republican base if he wants to win.
Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders are the change candidates in this cycle so far. And so Donald Trump wants to continue and get those Bernie people to go. But remember, Hillary Clinton made a big slip up the other day when she attacked the coal industry.
Yeah.
And look, at the end of the day, the one issue that Donald Trump consistently beats Hillary Clinton on nationally is the economy.
And that probably hurt her in West Virginia.
Remember this guy, Ted Cruz? He was second. He came in, was in the running for the GOP nomination, and then he gave a concession speech, said campaign is suspended, and now he's floating the possibility of restarting his campaign if he wins the Nebraska primary. And by the way, does Nebraska even... what's going on here?
Well, he waffled a couple times just in today's news cycle on whether he will mount a third-party bid, whether he will reinvigorate his campaign. Technically, his campaign, even though suspended, he could reactivate it. I think what he's doing is he knows it's over. But he just thinks, look, I might as well dwindle out the chance because maybe the Donald implodes. This is a strange cycle, and I want to take my delegates to the convention. Yeah.
What would an implosion look like? I mean, Donald himself said even if he shot someone on Fifth Avenue, he'd probably probably
be
still
a
top
tough.
the polls.
Well, if you
deal.
look at what is happening with Paul Ryan, with the Bush families, with Mitt Romney, it is imploding. And Trump hasn't been able to consolidate the Republican base. He can't win without them, right? So look, I think it's smart for Cruz to keep his options open.
He's not like angling for a VP pick or anything. Those two were so divisive during the primary campaign. It doesn't look like he would be. I mean, Rubio said today that he's not interested.
Right. I think he's setting himself up for 2020 should Donald Trump not prevail in November.
Well, he's got time in that case.
It's got plenty of time.
He's got plenty of time. Dave, John, thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
It's always good to both sides.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.